What's up, guys? Let me know when you can see me. How is everybody? And we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, see where we might be headed. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys. Scroll down. If you don't know how, I will show you real quick. Just go down to the bottom of the video right here and make this thumb blue. I do appreciate it. All right, so obviously everybody's getting really bullish, and then we get this little dump here. Does this mean we're going to continue down? We're going to take a look at that. As you can see, we still made higher highs right here. But if we look at the bigger picture, we have some divergence. We could go up one more leg. Not to say we will. How you guys doing? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Thanks for the congrats on the new studio. Still getting used to some stuff. The computer's set up a little bit different, so bear with me. But anyways, this is the count we've been watching. It does seem like it could be playing out. We've had this exact Elliott wave count drawn in here since back here in May. We were looking for wave 3 down to 30, wave 4 back to 41.7 area. And that does seem like we are getting rejected there. Will we continue is the question. Are we going to get down to this lower low for our bounce and make this an A wave by the end of the month? I am still looking towards that. But remember, this is invalidated if we cross to 47,100. Wave 4 cannot go higher than wave 1 here. So remember that. There's the wick off method. You guys know all about that. If you guys are interested in trading, check out PrimeXBT. There is a link down below. My favorite exchange. If you use my link, you get a $200 bonus. Plus, if you use the promo code SAVVY50, it'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off of your fees. So with the SAVVY50, and remember it's Savvy with one V. Remember with the SAVVY50, if you put in like 1 Bitcoin, you'll get a half Bitcoin bonus to use towards your margin. You can't withdraw it, but you can keep your gains off of it. So anyways, this is the green box territory in between the 0.382 and the 0.5 fib. We've had this drawn in forever. We keep getting rejected at the top as expected. If we do come up, the area to watch would be around this 42.7. That's what I would be watching. Don't forget to smash likes, guys. Let's get this video out there. The only thing that is looking positive for the bulls right now is the funding rate. The funding rate is favoring the bulls here, but we had the funding rate favoring the bears for a very long time and just kept continuing up. So, but anyways, wanted to point that out. Let's look at the smaller time. Well, this was from my last video. We hit our target, got a little bit above it. That was where the 200 EMA was. That's what we were looking for. As of right now, it does look like we are trying to swing back down. It looks like the RSI reset on the daily to make room for more downside. That is my opinion. I do believe that's what's happening. This is also from the last video. And as you can see, we did hit our target down here. Now, will we continue a bounce? Maybe come up, retest this 38.5, 38.6 area before continuing down. It is definitely a possibility, but I think we have further to go. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to get this stuff off of here since we already seen it. Let's delete it off. And now let's find out what's going on in the charts. I will get into the chat and chat with you guys, but first I want to do the update. The EMAs on the 1 hour are looking bearish. Looks like we're about to cross the 200 EMA here. If we can't get a bounce up past this 200 EMA, which is around the 38.1, then it looks like more downside is definitely possible. We do have a little bit of bullish divergence here, so I do expect it possible that we do get a bounce here. I don't think it'll be a very strong bounce. I think it'll be a RSI reset. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's put some lines in here and just kind of try to figure out what's going on. Let's clone that, see if we have a channel here. Nope, not really, unless we discount that wick. All right, let's look at the 4 hour. You guys know I like the 4 hour. I think it's the safest to trade. The smaller time frames you get into, the more dangerous it is. This does show, if you guys seen my Twitter this morning, I don't know if you've seen it or not. I did post this morning. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, give me a follow. It's at CryptoSavvy1. But I will show you the tweet I tweeted this morning was right here. I told everyone keep an eye on the 4-hour this divergence here. Or I'm sorry, not divergence, but I drew the trend line in the price action and it broke on the RSI, came back up and retested, and I warned everybody of that. If you were following me, you've seen that. I also showed everybody in the Discord. That's another thing. Totally free Discord down in the bottom. Check it out. It is totally free. Great community, great group of people in there. Also, I wanted to announce now that the studio is done, we will be doing some collaborations. I'm going to have, I think Tom Crown's going to be on here. Epic Sam, definitely gonna have Epic Sam will be first. I'll let you guys know when that happens. He has a Korean channel. If you are Korean and speak Korean, check out Epic Sam. But anyways, I'm gonna be looking at that stuff. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour looks like we're getting rejected here at the 55 EMA. And this is what I drew this morning. I'll show you guys so you understand what I was talking about. If you take this trend line and you draw it off of these wicks here, we came up. Let me straighten it out a little bit. And a lot of times I like to use this in my RSI. It's a great indicator that you're going to drop further. And if you put it up over here, you can see the same thing. But what happens is it dropped down out of here before, or it dropped down out of the RSI before it did the price. So that was telling me it was going to go down. That's why I posted that on my Twitter this morning. So all right, let's get into the chat, see how you guys are doing. Kevin Sims, I love your analysis. Crypto Savvy, thanks for taking the time to teach. Wish I knew how to use Prime XBT like you do. Practice, man. That's all it takes is practice. Lots of practice. It takes a lot of time. That's a lot of people think they're gonna get in trading and just get rich quick. That's not how it works. Does my mic sound all right, by the way? But yeah, that's not how it works, guys. There's 600 people in here, 200 likes. Come on, guys, scroll down right here and smash that like button under the video. Do you see it right there? Smash it. All right, let me get back over to here. Ethereum still looking rough. Remember, we had that sell signal I had talked about. I showed you guys what happened when Bitcoin got it, what happened when Litecoin got it. And now Ethereum's got it. That's all very bearish, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are saying we're going to get a huge bounce here and recover. Not saying that's not possible, but I think it's unlikely. All right. No video. Somebody's saying no video. Can you see me? Is it something screwed up with the video? Have you used the Elliott wave in the past cycles too? Yes. There's a lot of people counting this as the third wave, and we are in fourth down, which is a possibility. That invalidation point would be around 14,000, which was the high of 2019. All good. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Anyways, so let's keep an eye on this right now. This is the area we want to watch on the 4-hour. It's going to be, I'll put a price line in there so you guys can see it. It's going to be right around this 38,000, right in that range. Then we have the 8 EMA all the way up to 38.5. If at any point, if you draw a trend line across here, if at any point we break this trend, let me put another trend line in there. If at any point we break that, we could be going up to, let's take a measured move of that. That would take us up to somewhere in the double top range over here on the 4-hour, somewhere in the 41,000 range. So that's the area I'd be watching. If we make above that in the 4-hour, open and close a candle above that, then we could be definitely looking for that 42 range. But as of right now, like I said, we have a little bit of bullish divergence. We could get a nice little bounce, but let's keep an eye on that 55 EMA right here. Thoughts on the death cross coming? I don't use simple moving averages. I use the EMAs, and we've already had that on the EMAs. Let's get over here. Let's get into the daily. Right here was the death cross on the daily, way back over here, using my EMA strategy. Those of you that know it, those of you that don't, you can check it out. I do have it. I'll show you where that's at. If you go to my page and you go into the home part right there, come down to the bottom, I have used the EMA strategy. There's RSI, finding divergence. There's some free tutorials in there. Definitely check them out. I also have the Prime XBT tutorial that shows you how to use the leverage, because a lot of people don't understand it on Prime because it's a real exchange. Definitely check it out. Also, there's BYBIT here. I think they still have a $1,600 sign up bonus, if I'm correct, for using my link. Definitely check that out. But anyways, back to over here. Platinum must be on your end. We haven't captured all the liquidity from this dip. Buyers around 37.1, 37.2. What happened? Nothing to say this dip's over yet. There is lots of room on the 4 hour here, guys. Lots of room to come down more. Although we are showing some divergence here. Exaggerated divergence. As you can see, these two lows are the same and it's higher up here. So we could get that little bounce, one more bounce. If the video is blurry, go down into your settings. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to pause this. If you go down to your settings right here, you click that, and then you can up your quality there if it's blurry for you. Hope that helps. Another thing, guys, a lot of people have been buying these mouse pads up. It is a cheat sheet. It's the divergence cheat sheet. You can use it as your mouse pad. It's on my wife's webpage right here, inkyourimage.com. A lot of cool stuff on here. She can put literally anything you want on any of this stuff. All you have to do is hit her up in the contact, and it's a great way to help support the channel. But yeah, like I said, everything's looking pretty bearish here. We are getting support on the 13 EMA around the 37.8 range as of right now, but it doesn't look very healthy. Those of you that know I follow the DXY big time. DXY had a nice little run up today. This is the weekly chart. That's a pretty big candle. Let's go into the daily. Yeah, if DXY keeps going like this, it is getting into the oversold zone. But guys, remember, the price action can go sideways while this RSI resets for a week or so and continue up. So keep an eye on DXY. That is big time important. The Dow, let's get into the Dow real quick. We'll go into the daily. As you guys know, I've been pointing this out forever. The Dow has huge bearish divergence here from back in January 2018 to May 2021. And if you look here, we made higher highs, and here we made lower lows. Let me get this other one off here. Or lower highs, I'm sorry. That is bearish divergence. And then if we zoom in a little bit right here, you look at the yellow line, we have hidden bearish divergence, which is lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. This is looking extremely ugly, guys. And remember, if the Dow crashes, Bitcoin will not be able to hold up. Let's take a look at the weekly on the Dow, right? So ever since Bitcoin was created back here, the Dow has just been on all traditional markets have just been in a major bull market, but it's still corrected 80 to 90% in a bull market. So if you don't think that if the traditional markets have a huge correction or a crash, Bitcoin is not going to be able to hold up. Remember that. Regardless what anyone says, I highly doubt it will be able to hold up. Another thing I want to show you, just like people say, buy gold, buy silver, hedge the dollar's dying. There's 733 people in here, guys. Make sure you smash the likes. There's only 367 likes. But anyways, the Dow, 2008, look at this. It was a 55% crash. What happened to the dollar in 2008? Let's take a look. By the way, I am bullish on the dollar for the next year or so. So anyways, 2008, dollar crashed 55%. Gold, whoops, I'm sorry, that's DXY. Let's go into gold. What did gold do? I got an ugly count for gold. I won't show that right now, but gold, 35% crash. Silver, let's take a look at what silver did in 2008. 61% crash on silver in 2008. When the markets crash, it brings everything down with it except the dollar. The dollar is the only thing that rose. It rose almost 30%. When what happens is people sell their assets, smart money and everything else, get out of their assets by selling them, getting into cash, and the cash rises because everybody's getting into cash because it's the safe haven. So it makes the dollar strong while the markets come down, crash. And that is what happens over and over and over again. People just don't seem to catch it. Why? I have no idea. I think a lot of the news, if you listen to the news, you're for market strategy and stuff, they are totally telling you where to put your money so they can take it. That's my opinion. Fed's got the dollar. Yeah, but Feds were buying all that stuff in the market. Now remember, when they were buying all the market stuff to hold the market up, they're going to eventually sell that stuff and get into the dollar. Just like the elite. And the dollar goes up, their wealth goes up, and then when the markets crash, they buy back into the bottom of the markets and ride it up and do it all over again. They just keep taking people's money. Raymond, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Just saying hello, new studio up, all the best. Yes, this is the new studio. It's not done yet. I'm still waiting for some paintings that are going back there or some prints. So it's not totally finished yet. I'm still doing some more stuff to it. But as of right now, this is how it's going to be. I will still be using my green screen on my morning updates. But my live streams are going to be in the studio like this. So. What's up, Savvy and good folk? Love the new digs, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Savvy, if I miss your questions, guys, I'm sorry. The chat is kind of moving fast, and I'm kind of trying to talk and still read your guys' messages. So, you think we go to 45 and then see 20? This is my count, and I am not changing it unless it gets invalidated. I still am looking for this. I still think we'll see mid-20s before we get this bounce. And guys, if this happens, if it happens, this is going to be a huge, huge, huge trading opportunity. I do believe this will happen by the end of this month. If this plays out, we'll be down to the mid-20s by the end of the month. And then what we'll get, and this isn't going to happen in a day, guys. Everybody expects everything to happen in a day. That is not how it works. So if we get down to the mid-20s, and like I said before, if we take the Fibonacci trend or trend-based Fibonacci and we put the fibs on this wave where wave 3 started to where wave ended, or wave 3 ended, and then back to 4. As you can see, this is the golden pocket in that area. We could go down all the way to 18,100. Which would be the 0.786 area. We could get about 26.6. If you guys remember, I've been showing you this here. Right here is the golden pocket zone from that whole pump up is between 25 and 27. So those are the areas we're going to watch for a bounce for this A. This A wave has to be 5 waves. So that would make this A wave 5 waves. And then what we would be looking for, remember, towards the end of this month is where I see this ending. And then what we would look for then is a big pump up with a correction and back up to this B. And until we know where this bottom is, we really can't see exactly where this is going to be. But I do expect a rally for a couple months. August or September, maybe we top out on B, which would be a 3-wave move. And then 5 more waves down after that. Possibly into the beginning of next year. Could possibly see a 10,000 or less Bitcoin. I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but if you can at least accept that that could happen, you probably shouldn't be playing around in the markets, because there are no guarantees. Nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. If they tell you they do, I would definitely unsubscribe, because nobody knows for a fact anything. If we break this 47.1 before coming down and breaking this low of 29.7, if we go up here to the 47.1 and break that low first, or before breaking that low, then this counts invalidated. And then we'll have to take a different look at it. And at any time, if we break this green line, I think the bull market will continue. And then we could go up to that mid $70,000 range. But first, we have to see what happens here. Like I said, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. If they're telling you that it's going to a certain price for sure, you're going to get wrecked. If you guys remember back here, March 24th, you can check my video. It was right about here. We were right around 58,000. And right here before we had our top, and I drew this. This is the exact chart I drew. This whole chart right here is the exact chart I drew on that March 24th video, and said that we could top out at 63 to 64,000, and then this could happen. And that blue line played out almost identical to what I thought was going to happen. Now, I know a lot of people think we're in accumulation right here, and that is a possibility. This could be accumulation. Usually that would last as long as this distribution did, so then that would be dragged out another couple months, if that's the case, if it is. But I do think the Elliott wave has lined up with all of this, and reason being, I'll show you this here. And this I talked about in the same videos, talked about it forever. This was a ending fifth wave diagonal in a Elliott wave theory. So this could have been an ABC 4 and then get 5 up, one big huge move up. But I don't think that's what it is, just because it doesn't line up. There's only this is too long to be an A wave or an ABC. So I'd think it's a 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get 5 down. This is 4 right here. Complex correction. We had a simple correction up in 2. That makes for a complex correction in number 4. If that doesn't make sense, definitely look up and study some Elliott wave stuff. I will also have my wife make some Elliott wave, whatever you guys want. If you guys want something special to, breakout patterns, Elliott wave rules, or anything on mouse pads or stuff like that, or signs that you can hang up so it's always there if you are actively learning to trade, that could be very helpful. If you guys have any ideas on that stuff, let me know in the Discord or Twitter or whatever. Savvy, do the foreign markets have an impact on Bitcoin, such as Europe, Australia, and Asia? I don't really think so. I think American markets are still in charge of all that, and especially the dollar index. That is huge. Like I said, we've seen a nice pump in the dollar. I do expect it to most likely continue. We are battling with the 200 EMA on the daily right now, so we'll see what happens there. We do have room in the daily to continue up a little more, but it does look like we could make some divergence here on the daily, so we may get another dip in the dollar. But the EMAs are looking pretty damn strong on the daily, guys. Pretty damn strong. Let's look at the 4 hour. We should have seen an EMA. Yep. We had an EMA buy down here. Let me get this off of there. We had an EMA buy signal right there. If you guys haven't checked out that indicator, they used my EMA strategy to make it. A guy in our Discord a while back. Do I have it here? Yes, EMA candle close strategy. Check it out if you have TradingView. But yeah, it's not always 100% correct, but it is pretty damn accurate, and it helps with money management, because even when it says, long and then short right after, it sometimes can change its mind. But when you hit the good ones, like the short here, and then it didn't tell you to long, it told you to short when the EMA, when the 21 crossed the 55 here at about 56.2, and it didn't tell you to get out of that until about 37.3. So Pretty interesting. And if you could use it in all time frames, I prefer it at the lowest. Probably the hourly is the lowest I would use. You could see the hourly through a short here, through a long down here, and then a short here. It's pretty damn accurate, guys. Like I said, I do have the video. You don't even need the indicator if you watch the video. Check it out. Can you please explain the Polkadot price drop on the 14th at 5 a.m. when was the Coinbase buying from a wallet? You know, I don't, when you have coins like Polkadot and all that, when they dump, it's usually people that created the coin and they had a bunch, or it's people that bought a long time ago. And they're just dumping their coins, guys. If Bitcoin goes down, I personally would stay the hell away from altcoins. Until here, this may be the end of this month, may be a huge opportunity to get into some smaller cap cryptos or whatever, because when Bitcoin has this bounce, if it plays out the way I believe, that's going to be a huge opportunity. You know, that's even if it bounced at 27, that's, you know, could be a $20,000 move before reversing, if I'm correct about this ABC here. John Walters, great information. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Good looking out. 974 people and 510 likes. Please hit the likes, guys. Scroll down under the video. I'll show you one more time. For those of you that don't know how to hit the likes, they're right there. Somebody was asking me about super chat too. The super chat is the little money sign down here. You don't have to do a super chat. Those of you that do, I appreciate it, but by no means is it necessary at all. Please tell me your opinion on about properties, house, land, what will happen then. I nobody knows, like I said, but I believe if the market crashes, you got to think people didn't have to pay their mortgage, didn't have to pay rent for months and months and months. That's catching up, and now they have to pay that. That is going to flood the housing market, in my opinion. People aren't going to be able to pay and catch up, and the housing market is going to be flooded with foreclosed homes, all kinds of stuff. And you got to think the landlords and the people that had all them houses that weren't getting the rent weren't able to pay their bills either, because they relied on that money. So I think that is going to be pretty huge. It's possibly going to be extremely bad. How close are we to the death cross? I don't watch the simple EMAs, guys. I mentioned that earlier. I stick with the EMAs. Now, if this 55 crosses this 200, that is a real death cross. That would be insane, scary. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. When this comes down to touch, like I said, towards the end of the month, maybe somewhere around the end of the month. Usually, if it's going to reverse, it's right when the 200 and the 55 in all time frames, you can find that, and it does that quite a bit. So I do still think we're going to get that one more leg down. Let me go into the smaller time frames, and I'll show you what I was talking about. Let me get the EMA strategy off of here. Let me clear the charts. I'll show you an example of that. Let's go into the 4 hour. So in the 4 hour, let's see if we can find an example. Right here, it tried to reverse when they were crossing. It actually did. It had a little cross, but you can see that's where it reversed around the 55 and 200 crossing. But when it did cross here, it reversed right back up. So that's why I think we'll get that big rally, make everybody bullish again towards the end of the month. We'll shoot up. Like I said, I believe that probably will last somewhere till October, maybe possibly September, and then I think we go much further down after that. But again, as the data comes in, that could change. It's it is possible that we bottomed here. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not seeing it in the charts. Who cares about the death cross? Yeah, who cares about it? It's I don't watch simple moving averages, guys. EMAs, exponential moving averages, is what you should be watching in crypto. It's very volatile. EMAs stick with the price. They're more sensitive to price movement, and you get more accurate readings from them. Welcome. I hope you and your family have fun. All the best, BTC family. All the best to Doge family. Hi, Savvy. I think the situation is the end of the anxiety phase. I think the denial phase is starting with the big dump, according to Wall Street cheat sheet. What do you think? I mean, that is a possibility. I'll pull that up here. It's definitely a possibility. I just don't think it'll go down that hard. I guess if the markets crash, then it definitely, is a possibility. Right here would be the anxiety stage he's talking about. And then denial once we get a little pump. And this is definitely possible. That would line up with the Wyckoff redistribution in this area, which is definitely a possibility. If we don't get a bounce in the mid-20s, yeah, it could be extremely ugly. But if that happens, I would expect you to be able to see that in all markets. I think everything at that point would be dumping. Again, guys, smash the likes. Check out my affiliate links down below. You all get some kind of bonus or something from all the links. Just check them out. If you're interested in any of them, it is a great way to help support the channel, as I do get a small commission off of them. 6:30 a.m. It's early, man. Do you think the death cost is significant or just bullocks? I don't pay attention, again, to the simple moving averages. I use the EMAs. Like I said, this is a real death cross on the EMAs. It's the 55 and the 200 EMA. Will BTC here or get some more upside short term? It's kind of hard to tell right now. We're obviously on a high volume node right now. Well, we have a couple of them in this area. We have another one at 37,000. Volume's still declining. It's not looking really bullish. This 41,000 area is a pretty big deal. I drew this in my last video. You can see we are making hidden bearish divergence. If you go from this peak here to this peak here, they're straight across, little bit up. This one actually raises up a little bit, as you can see. And if we look at those same peaks in here, higher highs in the RSI, that's making it reset, giving it more room for more downside, in my opinion. Savvy, you the best, most realistic and honest YouTuber. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Minka. Savvy, how can I find your EMA strategy indicator? Go to TradingView. It's not my indicator, but he used my strategy to make it. It was a guy in our Discord. And you go to, whoops, it's the EMA candle close strategy. If you go into indicators and go down to the public library, it's right in there. That is where you can find it. Or you don't, like I said, if you just go into right here using EMAs, if you go into my YouTube channel right here, you go to the home, you'll see the tutorials down here. There's where it says free short tutorials. It has using EMAs, finding divergence in RSI. What else is there? There's a few of them. Finding patterns, all kinds of stuff. The dollar's moving up. Yes, it is. Dollar's looking strong. Like I said, it had a huge buy signal way back here at 90.1. When the EMAs bounced, crossed here, that was a pretty bullish sign. But again, be wary because we're not really making too much divergence. Man, the dollar looks really strong. It looks like people are definitely selling assets, getting into the dollar right now. Prediction on Ethereum, also recovered addict, 7 years strong. Right on, man. Good to hear, JB. Keep it up, brother. What let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, I still have this target here. It does look like we broke down here. It's not looking good for Ethereum either. I'm still looking for a $1,000 to $1,300 Ethereum. That is my area I'm watching. Right there in that area between 1,000 and 1,300. I think we could still definitely get there easily. Mike, I'm glad I found your channel in February. Helped me learn about charts, and with all your TA has helped me keep emotion out. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you for the support, man. I do appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to scroll down, smash the likes. All right, I wanted to get this live stream out, kind of get my ideas out there. We're kind of in la-la land. We could get a little bounce up, but I unless we cross this 41.7 and get support above it, guys, I think we're going to at least head back down to this 30,000. Maybe test it a few times, but I think we'll see mid-20s by the end of the month. I'll let you know if I change my mind. I'm sure it was a bummer to lose 100K inspiration to really learn the charts. Yeah, man, big time. So anyways, guys, have a good one. I'm going to get out of here. And BitBoy got wrecked on ICP. Bought at 300. Ouch. Yeah, guys, don't ever take anybody's advice. I don't give advice. I give you my ideas. So don't ever, don't ever buy something just because a YouTuber says, that you should, whatever. Don't ever do that, guys. Why is my CryptoSavvy subscribe thing on here? Do you guys see this CryptoSavvy subscribe thing up over here? I don't know why that's on there. That shouldn't be on there. James Lauro, hi, I've come across this token. I think it's garbage. I wouldn't touch no tokens, man. If Bitcoin crashes, it's not going to be good for any of those tokens. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to smash a like on your way out. I'll be doing a morning update tomorrow. I think my time for my morning updates is going to be around 9:30 a.m. right at market open, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. I'll adjust it. And then the second show, the live stream, is probably going to be somewhere around noon, 2 o'clock, somewhere in that range. But I'll let you know. We'll figure it out. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know what time I think I should do it. But definitely early afternoon, noonish is what I'm looking at for the live streams. And like I said, the morning updates between 8 and 9, 9:30, somewhere in there. We'll figure it out. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to smash the likes. Thank you all for stopping in, hanging out. I appreciate it. And yeah.